Very good morning, all of you. How are you? I hope all of you are doing very well, right? So, today again we came back for our next revision lesson, Understanding Diversity. Okay, so I hope all of you may have tried to read lesson number 1 and you may get many questions in your mind as well. So, today again we are here to solve our queries related the diversity. I hope in the month of April the audios that you have heard you may remember what we have seen in the diversity, right? Diversity itself says variations, the kinds of things, varieties, differences. Okay, it is a diversity. So most of the time around us we feel different things, and every different thing includes many varieties, whether it is about the color, about the language, about the costumes, about the structure of houses, about our paintings, about the furniture, right? So all these are having a different categories, but the varieties as well, with their different features, qualities, colors, right? So it is a diversity. Now it was about our home. If we will take the example related the society, then there we find many kinds of people, and every people comes from the different regions, right? And every region is having its own language, their own culture, their own geographical features, climate, weather, right? So it added itself in a diversity. In our India, many states are there, like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, right? All these are the names of states, but this every state has its own importance of their geographical regions, right? Their cultural values, the trade, right? So it includes a diversity of our India. So people are different from each other in many ways, as we have seen in our previous lesson: what, where, how, and when, right? So in that lesson we have seen the people comes from the different regions, from the different subcontinent, and settled themselves, right? And they shared their knowledge with their people. According to that, the shared knowledge, we had the varieties of food, culture, different, but we are staying together. So people are different from each other in many ways. They look different, but they might belong to different regional, cultural, or religious backgrounds. Okay. This diversity help to make India so interesting and so diverse. And we also appreciate these diversities. We also like to accept this diversity. Suppose there are many colors in a nature, then it looks more beautiful, right? But if there is only one color, like only white color, costumes are also white, trees are white, water is white, sky is also white, birds are white, is it interesting? Definitely, any one day we get bored. Suppose the teacher told you to draw any picture, right? Whether the name of the picture that the teacher told you, that will be the same, like any name of animal, any name of a bird, or any name of the festival, right? But the way all of you are drawing, the way all of you are putting your imagination on that paper with the colors at the different sizes, shapes, right? That is the diversity. Understood? Here they have mentioned one story in a textbook. Everyone would like to make a friends. Whenever we are going in our classroom, we never think that the next person or the newcomer student or our previous friend is from any particular region or any particular family or any particular caste, right? We never thought like that. Then what do we think? We always observe that person, that he really matches or she really matches to my nature, right? Do I really like her? Okay, so these kind of things matters for us for making a friends, right? But in this friendship may be affected by because of some social regions and different customs or the rules that we have experienced in our society, then this friendship may have affected sometimes. In the sense, both of them hurted because of the society, and both of these friends hate the society, that the society never uh, tried to let them continue the friendship because of these things. So here we also will try to escape from this kind of things, that we need to stop all these things in our society to increase our human qualities or the values that we need to inculcate in ourselves, right? So in short, let me remind you this story. The story is related to two friends, and both friends named the same. So the one friend named Samir Ek and the another friend name is Samir Do. How they have described, so you may understood what the Samir Ek. Samir Ek is more familiar with English and Samir Do speaks Hindi. And Samir Ek and Do also come from different religions and the cultural backgrounds. Samir Ek is a Hindu and Samir Do is a Muslim. Different religious and cultural backgrounds. You can say that is also the aspect of our diversity. Okay. So Samir though did not have the opportunity to attend school. Perhaps you have noticed that there are several people in our area where you live. Those are poor, those who couldn't attend the school every day. or sometimes they have not taken any kind of admission as well. So the Samir though was from that family. We are talking not of difference but of inequality. And the inequality comes about when a person does not have the resources and opportunity that are available to other persons. In our classroom also we have seen the same opportunity when we are not getting, right? And when we are not getting all these things because of some society's customs, values that lacking us somewhere. And our caste system is also another example of inequality. And so, according to this, society was divided into different groups depending upon the work that people did, and they were supposed to remain in those groups. The system was considered irreversible. It was not considered necessary for you to know anything more than what you needed in your profession. So, this diversity, what does it add in our life? This Samir Ek and Samir Do becomes friends. You might have friends who are very different from you, and you like it, you appreciate it. You may probably eat in different kinds of food in their homes, celebrated different festivals, and you also would like to visit their homes ever. Why? We like the difference. We learned something from their languages as well, right? You probably like reading and hearing stories, adventures about animals, right? No, different ghosts or the young people or the princess, that kind of imaginary. Some way have lived in forest. All these different things. Suppose it may happen. So other people are reading the different things or the different category books. It may include only kings and the queens also, right? Some dipped into their own childhood memories of school and friends. Okay, so imagine if all the storytellers and writers that you have heard and read so far were forced to live in a place where all people wore the same colors. That just I gave you the same example. Do you like to write the kinds of poems, literature, novels, stories? The background that you have surrounded from the same thing, right? Absolutely, you may not like. Understood? So, there should be the diversity. That's why we will get the implementation in our different categories that we need to develop for our life progress. Here you can see the cultural diversity picture of our India. Right now, it looks very nice to feel it. Yes, we are living in this India and we would like to, right? This also includes the same diversity picture, whether it is related to dance, cultural values, right? No, some customs that we need to follow, right? We also would like to appreciate the different kind of food just I told you, right? In history, we have seen and we heard also that the people visited from different subcontinents. They shared their knowledge, they shared their food as well, their skills that they acquired, that they possessed, right? And later it was passed, this legacy, to the next generation, right? So here we have seen sometimes they began to make their homes in new places. So according to that, the geographical features of that particular place, it gets the different mode to that particular skill. The history of many places shows us how many different cultural influences have helped to shape life and culture. Thus, regions become very diverse because of their unique histories. When this diversity comes, when people adapt their lives to the geographical area, and according to that, they changes themselves. Everyone knows the example living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountainous area. And this Ladakh is also a mountainous area. Here we can see the caravans in this Ladakh where the people carries themselves. These caravans, even the traders, merchants also using these caravans. Most of the time in mountains, okay, or the deserts, they need these kinds of caravans. Here you can see the costume in Ladakh, how they have worn. And here the tourism in Ladakh, how these people enjoyed this region. We also would like to see all these kinds of images, right? No? Here is a Ladakh. It looks very nice, right? This is the mountainous area where you can see the desert also in the mountain, and it is the eastern part of the Jammu and Kashmir. Very little agriculture you can see in this region. Okay. There are very few trees that can grow in the region. For drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. People here keep sheep, and the sheep in this region are special because they produce pashmina wool, and this wool is prized, and pashmina shawls cost a lot of money. The people in Ladakh carefully collect the wood for the sheep and sell this to traders from Kashmir. Pashmina shawls are chiefly woven in Kashmir. The people eat meat and milk. Just before also we have seen the food that they had for the Ladakh meal, right now. So these people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Each family owns some goats, cows, yak cows. Being a desert did not mean that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. It was considered a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans traveled. To that is today called Tibet. Do you know why do we call this a little Tibet? Because these caravans carried textiles and spices, raw silk, or the carpets. Okay. If you know, this Ladakh is also the Islam was introduced in Ladakh, and more than 400 years ago there is a significant Muslim population. But this is a rich oral tradition of songs and poems. There is a local version you can find, that is a, you can say, the Tibetan national epic, and that name is Tibetan national epic name is Kesar Saga, and that was performed both Muslims and Buddhists also. That is the specialty of this Ladakh. Now we'll see about the natural features of Kerala. It looks so awesome, very beautiful, right? No? So this Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. If you have seen our map of India, you can see the southwest corner of India. It is surrounded by the sea on one side and hills on the other. A number of spices like pepper, cloves, cardamoms are grown on the hills. It is spices that made this region a very attractive for us also, and for the absolutely correct it is for the traders also. Now mostly we can see the Jewish and the Arab traders were there at that time. Okay, and this many Arab traders Ibn Battuta, they mentioned the name of this trader. He, when he visited here, okay, he has written his travelogue. And here in this travelogue, he describes the lives of Muslims and says that they were a highly respected community. Okay. So all these various historical influences, Kerala practiced different religions also, like Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism. Okay, so this kind of practices they do have. You can see here the culture and heritage of South India in this picture. This Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical features. The history of both regions has been similar cultural influences. Both regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. This is a common thing that we have read here and also seen in these slides. The influence of diverse cultures is not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are all about moving from place to place for work, and with each move, our cultural traditions and way of life slowly become part of our new place. So, our daily lives are about the ways in which we do things together and hear stories about each other's lives, customs, traditions. So, here you can see the food in Kerala, right? It looks very nice, no? Very yummy as well. Unity in diversity. Everyone knows that we do have a unity, but it is in a different way as well. And this unity only makes us to stay together. That is the unity. But how it may have possible? Because of this diversity bound us together. Okay. So India's diversity has always been recognized as a source of its strength. Whether in our history also you may have heard the many battles, many movements, and because of this movement makes us to think that whether we are having a diversity, but we are united, we are connected, right? And it makes us very feel proud, right? So it is a source of its strength. That's why it was told. When our in our India, British ruled, the women and men from different cultural, religious, regional backgrounds came together to oppose the British. And this India's freedom movement had thousands of people of different backgrounds in it. They worked together to decide joint actions. Okay, people showed how they would be different and yet be united in their battle against the British. Now, in the same lesson, you may have read a song. Let me read some lines from the songs. Don't forget the days of blood, oh friend, in the midst of our happiness. Remember to shed a tear for us. The hunter was torn away every single flower. Do plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friend. Having fallen to bullets, we slept in Jallianwala Bagh. Do light a lamp on this lonely grave. Oh friend, the blood of Hindus and Muslims flows together today. Do soak your robe in this river of blood, dear friend. Some rot in jails while others lie in their graves. Do shed a few tears for them, oh friend. It's very, very touching to our heart. If you know the Jallianwala massacre, if you have heard, so in this poem, the poet describes the scene, what happened. In the line, do plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friend. Desert garden in the sense, this Jallianwala Bagh was there. Jallianwala name of that garden was there. And these people assembled there. And the hunter has torn away. Here the hunter, it's not a kind of thing. Here the hunter, it's a name of that British general. And the hunter has torn away every single flower. And here the single flower, it is the every human being. What he did in that, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, in which a British general opened fire on a large group of unarmed, peaceful people, those who assembled, killing many and wounding even more. Sorry. Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, rich, poor, everyone gathered there to protest against the British. And at that time, it was not allowed to assemble together, and these people assembled in that place. And there was no any another route to go outside that park. A very small congested route was there, and on that same route this General Dyer started firing from the same route, and in that all these people started jumping into the well, falling from the wall, and they thrown their kids or the children also with themselves in the well. Most of the people were fired. without any reason, he started shooting at them. This song was composed and sung to honor the memory of those brave people. In the book Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru says that Indian unity is not something imposed from the outside, but rather it was something deeper, and within its fold, the widest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged. And this a very deep meaning that Jawaharlal Nehru has given about our unity in diversity. And this unity in diversity, this phrase also coined by Jawaharlal Nehru only. And rather, after the years, this legacy like passed to us, and we also agree to continue the same phrase as it's a truth of our India. This unity is not something imposed. Nobody forced us to accept this accompaniment of these different people. But with the love, we have accepted and we love it because it's ours. It is deep in our mind, in our fold of this heart. Whether there are many tolerance related the customs and the religious things were practiced in our society, but that was accepted by us, and most of the time we are encouraging it to continue this practices because it makes us to be united and feel proud. Understood? It is a diversity. This is a unity that we need to continue in our life. You know, India's national anthem that is composed by Rabindranath Tagore, right, is another expression of the unity of India. Do you think, people, that whether we have different these customs and the practices, we are celebrating all these festivals also. We are celebrating Navratri also. In Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, in West Bengal, in all states, right? Because we have accepted different practices and we do live the same things. We love it, right? I hope that all of you may understood the lesson. Whichever question or the query you do have in our mind, you can ask me anytime. Okay, this lesson we have revised because in a month of April some people may not get the audio because of their mobile issues, okay, or the range issues. Now they have connected to us again, they came back to us. We are also very happy that we are here to let you know the same thing again. I hope all of you will read the same lesson again. As I told you how to do your self study, you will continue the lesson as it is, how I told you to do your self study. Okay, in our interaction video. And you will do the same practice every day. So for this lesson, there is a one PDF that you will note down your question answers in your CW, and afterwards completion of this question answers you will complete your revision questions that I have attached here. Okay, so it may help you to practice more. So just go through the questions that they have asked here. They have asked here that you need to draw a list of different festivals that is celebrated in our locality. Locality in the sense, where do we stay in that local area? That you need to find out the different festivals those are celebrating in your local area. And these celebrations are shared by members of different regional and the religious people, communities. Okay, so suppose there is a Eid, but as a friend we also do visit their homes. We are wishing them, right? We are greeting them very nicely. We are sharing our ideas, our knowledge with themselves. We are sharing our food with themselves. So every local area we are following these festivals and we are celebrating and sharing with these members. So you have to draw up the list of these different festivals those were celebrated in your locality, and which of these celebrations are shared by the members of different communities. That also you will let us to know. Now in second question they asked us, what do you think living in India with its rich heritage of diversity adds to your life? Just before I told you how does it add in our life, this diversity. Do not try to think about the story that we have seen in the textbook. As an answer, we need to think about how this diversity add in our life, that we need to share. Okay, how is it important? Why is it required? Like that. Next they asked us, do you think the term unity in diversity is an appropriate term to describe India? Now they are asking us that the concept of this unity in diversity, is it the appropriate term for us to describe our India? So you need to give the answer in yes or no and complete the sentence. And rest of the sentence answer you will continue. What is that next question? That what do you think Nehru is trying to say about Indian unity in the sentence quoted above from his book, The Discovery of India? Now, just at the end of this chapter, Unity in Diversity, this in front of you only it is there, that Nehru is trying to say about Indian unity in the sentence that he had quoted in his book. Which was that book? The Discovery of India. What he wants to tell, what he thought what he wants to try to tell you about Indian unity in this quote, that you will try to explain it, you will try to reveal it in your own words. Okay. Now, the fourth question they asked us, underline the line in the poem sung after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which according to you reflects India's essential unity. Now, we just read the poem that is given in the textbook that was related to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So, they told us underline the line in the poem sung after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And this was poem or the song that was sung after this massacre happened. So, according to you, reflects India's essential unity. So, many people were there, and those people were from different regions and the religions as well. They were following their different customs and the practices also. Right? And the fifth one, you will choose another region of our India. Maybe it is a union territory or the another state or the island, to compare this regional factors, you can say historical geographical factors that influences the diversity that we found, but still we are united. Okay, I hope that all of you will complete your homework, as I have put here the PDF for completion of your CW question answers and the PDF revision question answers. You will complete the PDF that I told you to write in a CW question answers of this particular lesson number 1, unity in diversity, and afterwards you will continue the revision question answers, and that revision question answers you will note down after these question answers. Okay, and this revision questions answer you will find by your own self, and these answers I will let you know in next week. Okay, thank you all of you. Take care. Goodbye.